Hello everyone. This video session is about introduction to jQuery. So jQuery is basically a library which is an extension to your JavaScript and which is very flexible in manipulating our DOM objects. DOM stands for Document Object Modeling. So jQuery is a fast and concise JavaScript library that simplifies HTML document in traversing, moving across the different document locations, event handling, whenever a user uses certain boxes or buttons, the user presses, the corresponding action should be performed. Similarly, in performing certain animations and having the Ajax interactions for rapid web development. So using jQuery, you write less code and you do more work on your web applications. So jQuery is basically a JavaScript library, which is very much helpful for you to write less code and do more work with respect to your web documents. So let us see a small example here. So on the script tag, you are including a JavaScript library. The JavaScript library that we are going to consider in our this example is the jQuery minimal version. So we have two different versions. One you can have a zip version as well as a minimal version. So we are now providing the hyperlink to include this particular JavaScript library called jQuery.min.js. If you are not connected to the internet, then you as well can download this particular jQuery.min.js file from the jQuery website. And you can store that particular library on your local hard disk and do the operations accordingly. So once you include this particular JavaScript library called jQuery, now you can write your scripting programs to use this particular jQuery for a more flexible manner. So you can see here, so under the script tag, you're using a dollar symbol. So this dollar symbol indicates that this particular statement, or we call it as an instruction, is basically related to your jQuery statement. So here, this small example depicts some operations such as your paragraph, hide, and the show. So what is to be understood from this particular set of statements is that you write a statement like this, dollar, open brace, the document. This document refers to the current web page, that is this, the document, dot ready. So once the document is being now loaded onto your browser, or it is been created and is made available onto the browser for the user to view it or to do certain operations, once the document is ready, then you are writing the statements here. What is the statement says about? You are writing a particular element, that is the hide element of your document. So once that particular hide element of your document, basically the click operation is given, it means is basically a button. So once that particular hide button is been clicked, the corresponding paragraph tag implies that it is to be hidden. If a show button is been clicked, then the corresponding paragraph has to be shown. So that is very simple three-line statement, or a three-lines set of three lines, which indicates the hide and the show set of paragraphs of your web document. And this we have been using this with the jQuery functionality. So this is what a simple statement looks like. Otherwise, you need to write a JavaScript which includes all those particular set of statements to access once the document is ready. Then you try to get the get element by ID or get element by class with the hide function, and you need to write the corresponding function for that and try to do the corresponding action. So in order to avoid all this set of statements, you write a very minimal less of code here, that is using the dollar symbol, which implies that you are using the jQuery statements. So the jQuery library has been used. So this writing a minimal set of instructions and you're doing a lot of work to be performed on the web browser on your with respect to that particular web applications. So here, in normal situations, you will try to use a window.onload. So whenever you need to use this particular window.onload, what we are trying to do here is window.onload is equal to the function you are trying to do some stuff with the DOM elements. That is a normal way of doing. So once the document is loaded, once the document is loaded onto your browser, then only you are trying to perform certain operations on your document. The document here implies that it's basically your web page. So now if you are going to use your jQuery statement, the same window.onLoad is equal to the function to be executed once the document is loaded can be simplified with the statement $document.ready function and do the appropriate stuff over here or appropriate the action. In more simpler way also you can use it simply the dollar function, which implies that the document is in the ready state. It implies that document is loaded onto your browser. So very simple statement. Dollar, always remember the jQuery statements will be always with being prefixed with the dollar symbol, implies that it is basically your the jQuery library has been used to handle certain operations on your web pages. So if you consider our DOM tree, usually your DOM tree consists of similar way, which is an HTML on the top hierarchy, followed by the head tags and for the corresponding body tags. Under the body tags, you have the heading, paragraph, and unordered list. And in the paragraph, you have certain anchor links. And for unordered list, you have certain set of listed items. So this is usually your normal DOM tree with minimal elements, which looks like. So what is that we need to understand here is how do we identify the DOM elements of your web page and how do you traverse these elements in the sense that these elements, how it can be accessed and how it can be managed or manipulated, or you can try to do certain kind of operations on this set of elements of your web page. So all these DOM elements can be easily accessible. It can be traversed. It can move from one location to another location on the web page. You can do the manipulations on this set of DOM elements, as well as you can manage this tree by changing the structure of this page with the help of jQuery. So that is the advantage of using a jQuery. So with writing a less number of lines of instructions, you are trying to manage your web pages elements in a more efficient manner. So if you look to the simple examples, get element by ID, get elements by tag name, get elements by name, and the query selectors with respect to the CSS files, and the query selector all with respect to your CSS selection string. So in normal way of selecting the DOM objects, we use this particular names or these particular tag names, which you use it for our different elements of your web page. So the same things you can try to replace this with your jQuery statements with the dollar symbol. So you can simply select or you can simply use dollar open brace within the quotes. You are using the my ID, which resembles to your get element by ID. So here this equivalent DOM method get element by ID. In jQuery equivalent, you write it dollar quotes hash ID, which implies that you are referring or you are accessing the ID of the corresponding web page. Similarly, you can get by tag names, you can write the corresponding tag name itself with the dollar symbol. So it is referring to that particular corresponding tag. Similarly, for the selectors of your CSS, you can write the actual CSS names over here. So let us see small examples on this demo, on this jQuery demos. So here we see, let us go to the files. So here, this is a small example which try to make you to understand how you write your jQuery statement. So this is HTML file. So the HTML we have under the head tag, we have the script tags, two script tags. One script tag is now you are trying to include your jQuery. So you can go to the website and you can download the jQuery.min.js and store it locally on your drive, or you can directly provide the link to your, if your system is connected to the internet, you can as well provide the link to include your jQuery library. So this is the first tag of the script. Then the second script tag contains your jQuery statements. Basically, the jQuery statement here is once the web page document, the document refers to your the web page, the current document that is the this document is ready. Once it is loaded, so you are written a function here. That function, what does it do is, and the user clicks the paragraph So if you see here, this is your paragraph P. Of course, there are three different set of paragraphs here with different text. To distinguish between them, we have used different text over here. So if the user clicks on any of those, what needs to be done? You need to apply the hide function onto that particular corresponding paragraph tag. So that's why this refers to whenever a user clicks on the so and so paragraph tag, the corresponding paragraph tag is been invoked and it is been hidden. So this is very simple. So let us see how this particular program runs here on the browser. So when I run it on the browser, yes, the browser is showing three paragraph tags here. So whenever I click, obviously that particular paragraph is been hidden. Similarly, if I click the third paragraph, it is getting hidden. So you have written a hidden. So instead of writing entire JavaScript, very long program, you have simply used the jQuery statements to simplify your code. It means in very minimal instructions, you are able to hide or you are able to perform your operations on this particular web page. So once again, I repeat it. So if you click that, you are trying to hide those statements. This is one small program. Similarly, let us see another program here, jQuery example 2. You see the program here. So there are two script tags. One script tag is to include your jQuery library, and the second script tag consists of certain jQuery statements which are being preceded with the dollar symbol. So once the document, that is your web page, is ready, then when you are clicking the button, that button, when you click it, obviously the action part of that button click is you are trying to do some animation, and in the animation is that you are trying to move that particular uh, tag. That is the tag here is the div tag. So this div tag is trying to move to a certain position. So this the program, which is very simple, to have certain kind of animation. So let us see how this program runs. So go to the browser. So initially your web page has been loaded. Once the document is ready and you are clicking this particular button, you see now you are moving the object to another position without reloading the pages. You are performing these uh, the DOM objects are being moved, or DOM objects can be managed, and it can be handled very easily with the jQuery statements. So if you want to do certain more operations and you want to play with the jQuery, you can as well refer to this jQuery.com website. So here you have the jQuery. jQuery.com website gives you more set of examples. So I have referred the basic examples from this. So you can as well download your jQuery library and store it on your local hard disk. So you need not always connect to your system to the internet, so that you can run those library onto this. So you have other uh, libraries too, which can easily run on your mobile phone, as well as which you can run it on for user interface. jQuery is one we have seen it. So you can see the traversal and the manipulation. You can use the simply the dollar followed by your HTML. So this is another example for event handling. So this is another example for your Ajax. So you're trying to retrieve the data from your databases or from some other locations onto this. So you can refer to these examples and try to perform the other set of exercises. Okay. Okay. Thank you. See you in the next video.